Hey guys, it's Caitlin. I just finished my fourth and final day of Tony Robbins Unleash the Power Within here in Chicago. As you can tell, my voice is still pretty raspy, but I was trying to think of some things to really sum it up, and not just for you out there that were asking, but even for me to kind of really reflect on everything. There was so much to take in this weekend, but I think the one thing I can narrow it down to as the thing that I've benefited most from this conference is the word certainty about my life. And I think that the way we kind of did this was to go through psychology, gratitude and vision, and energy, and I'll explain how those three things apply in a minute. So as far as certainty goes with psychology, I would say that I've just never been more certain about what's possible for my life, and knowing that any dream I've ever had, no dream is too big, really, in any form, anything I could feel, all through my life of something that I know is my purpose, or that I know I'm going to be able to do something great with my life and help people, and all these inner drives I've always had, and that I think a lot of people have, but they get suppressed over time, by this societal path of, we get a job, and we get married, and we buy a house, and then we're tied to a certain job, and all these things that are just sort of the path that's been set out for us. I think a lot of times people's dreams get smothered, or they get comfortable, or they're afraid to push into those dreams, because we've all been disappointed, and we've all had things that have created limiting beliefs. So one of the biggest things we did, I talked about this in one of my previous recap videos, was to really be able to break down those limiting beliefs and know that truly anything is possible for our lives. So I would say, it was learning techniques to break patterns of destructive mental thoughts, and I'm not talking about even anything major, but just negative thoughts we have and doubts that sometimes we don't even notice we have. So first it was an awareness, and then a learning on how to kind of break those patterns and snap out of it. But then it was also reassurance that any dream we've had will come to fruition. And so in doing that, we did a lot of things with gratitude about not only being grateful for what we have and what has come to pass, but what will come. And so in that, we did a lot of visualizations. One of the coolest things that really affected me powerfully was a visualization of a highlight reel of our future lives. So we were visualizing, watching it, and it was cool because you could connect to specific moments, and this for me was anything from seeing my children someday to getting, being able to have a giant check, one of those big Publishers Clearinghouse type checks that I could donate to a charity that's really important to me. So just having kind of these clips and flashes, it all kind of popped up sort of subconsciously. A lot of it wasn't even stuff I realized I had inside me as dreams. Some of it was expected, different travel locations or doing things with friends and family, just all these different things. But some of it was, like I said, unexpected, and it was cool to see, be able to connect to these specific moments that they will happen. And the other technique we used was kind of a technique that we were led through to see ourselves in the mirror 5 years from now and just be so proud and grateful for everything that has come. So some of these techniques really helped, among everything this weekend, to solidify that any dream we've had, is possible. So I know it's impossible to go through all these techniques just on a quick video here, but I will tell you that any dream you've ever had, any urge you've ever had, anything you thought was possible, things that you don't actually think are possible, but wouldn't it be insanely cool if this happened, that is possible. And so one of the other things Tony described was really looking for ways to step up and push ourselves, not just to excellence, but outstanding, and taking ourselves, just that extra 2 millimeters. It's not even that much, but there's a push where most people quit that if you just push, you don't even realize how close it is. One of my favorite quotes is, a lot of people quit when, it's something along the lines of, a lot of people quit when they don't even know how close they were to success, or failure is when people quit, but they don't even know how close they were. So it was kind of that same concept of just pushing a little bit forward. And I know sometimes I justify, you know, not going that extra mile, because I am always very happy with my accomplishments and proud and grateful. And so it was really kind of a wake-up call for me to step up. And I'm not just talking about hitting certain goals and stepping up and going that extra mile, not for somebody else, but just to really do what's possible for my life. And so it wasn't as much of an external source of feeling like I needed to step up, but really from inside me of this is what's possible, and it may not be as hard as I think. So like I said, just kind of stopping the excuses, and that kind of tied in with the limiting beliefs, that these excuses and these limiting beliefs, that it's not real, it's an illusion, and we are capable of anything that's ever crossed our minds of that would be amazing. So we can absolutely do that. The other thing that was unlike any other personal development I've ever read or any seminar I've been to was just the key concept of energy throughout the entire weekend. Not only learning health strategies to get our energy in peak state, but really be able to get ourselves in peak state. And I've never been more confident that at any given point in time, no matter how tired I am, I can do like some of our techniques that we've learned to get ourselves in that peak state, and that just sends my energy through the roof. And what can't you do when you don't have a ton of energy and motivation and excitement, and that's one of those things that brings about the certainty. So that level of energy and being able to condition ourselves to snap in that state. And I don't know exactly, there was so much this weekend that kind of led up to that, but I would say a lot of it was getting ourselves in those thought processes of what is possible, pumping ourselves up that way, but also using gratitude and memories we've had in the past and all these good feelings, and kind of connecting them in a way to just really connect with who we really are and be able to get into that peak state at the drop of a hat, you know. So I think that is going to be, again, one of the useful things that really pushes my life to the next level, and that I think anybody can do too. And then, of course, I can't leave out, I'm just so grateful for so many of the wonderful people I met here this weekend. I'm leaving here with a bunch of friends and great people that, you know, it's really important, I think, to have, a lot of times throughout this weekend, we were talking about each other's goals and what we've learned in some of the activities, you know, in our lunch breaks. We were talking, you know, reflecting on what we had learned that day. And I think it's important to surround yourself with people that won't just encourage you, but also challenge you. You know, somebody that said, you know, when you say, I'm going to try to do this, somebody that's going to not say, oh, that's great, but say, no, you're not going to try, make it a must, make it something that you're going to do, you know, and to just push you that extra little bit. So I'm really grateful to all the wonderful people I met at this conference, and I'm just so grateful for the people I'm about to come back home to, because, you know, I have so many friends and family. If you're watching this, you're probably one of them that is just really driven and success oriented, and I'm so grateful for the people I have in my life, and for not just people that support me, but people that inspire me every day. So if you're watching this, I can almost guarantee you're one of them. So thank you for being in my life, and I think that's the recap of my weekend. Here's our book. You can see pages and pages just filled to the brim with a lot of life-changing information for me. So this is like gold to me right now. So I'll be referencing this a lot. Again, if there's anything that I said over these recap videos that hit home with you, please talk to me about it. I love, you know, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get back to normal life, so to speak, and just really take my life up to the next level and inspire others to do the same. So if there's anything I said that you connected with, or that you want to, you know, incorporate into your own life, please talk to me about it. And I'm by no means an expert, but I'm happy to share what I've learned and you know, help and encourage and push you in any way that I can too. So So thanks for watching. This has been an amazing experience. And again, like I said before, thank you for being in my life. So I will talk to you guys soon.